Welcome to the last installment of Crazy August, in which I review all the remaining films in the Gods Must Be Crazy series. Today I review The Gods Must Be Funny in Hong Kong, and what the hell is wrong with this movie? Like many actors before him, Gao ended his career with a lousy film. But it's a lousy movie that you kinda need to see for the sheer amount of insanity that's in it. The plot has to do with a race across China that pits a number of bizarre groups against each other. Groups such as the Hong Kong team, a Buddhist team, a team of Arabs, and what looks like a team of super spies. When a member of the Hong Kong team goes MIA, the leader gets help from Gao and his manager to take up the missing space. What is Gao doing in Hong Kong? Well, apparently he got stuck there after attending the Swaziland conference. Now he's selling out for money by running around with a giant Coke bottle so he can afford to fly back to the Kalahari. Also in the mix is a Chinese businessman who wants a panda and will do anything to get it. Murder being one of them. Also along the way is Cynthia Khan and her trained pandas who befriend Gao and the others, and together they must stop the greedy businessman. This movie has no real plot to speak of and is mainly a series of bizarre moments that are tied together by the race. While a comedy, the film isn't funny, only having a few gags that actually stand out. It seems that the purpose of this film, other than cashing in on Gao's fame, is to be as batshit crazy as it can be. This movie literally has no rules. Anything and everything happens in this movie, and to describe it all would take forever, so I'll list off some of it. We have Gao scaring off wolves with a face made of fire. We have a set of well-trained animals. Seriously, I can't tell if that's a guy in a costume or an actual panda. We have a dried corpse that the group mistake for Gao after he falls off a cliff. We have a talking monkey who helps Gao rescue the panda with the help of a bunch of other animals, including tigers, an elephant, a bear, and Pomeranians. Speaking of Pomeranians, there's a poodle, and it does dog kung fu. And then the monkey does kung fu. And then Gao uses a turtle as a weapon. We also get people eating hallucinogenic fruit, cannibals, and the list goes on. With all that stuff, you'd think this film would have a good pace, but no. This film drags. Much of the comedy dialogue falls flat and is rather racist at points. When the leader of the racing team first sees Gao, she calls him Mr. Black. And when the other racers find out that Gao is joining their team, they refuse him, saying that he might have AIDS. What the bloody bullshit? What makes it weirder is that later in the film, the racers chastise each other for being insensitive to Gao. Character growth? Other comedy bits include some pervy stuff, a few rather funny exchanges, and a nod to Madonna and Kenny G. The slapstick is really the only funny stuff here, and there's far and few between. Is there anything good to say about this film? Yes. Gao is always exemplary, even when he's just being himself. And that's what he's playing for the most of this movie, himself. His innocence and lovable nature heightens every scene he's in. But that's it. This film, while being creative, is boring and a lame exit for a lovable and natural person. This is probably what drove Gao away from making films, as he felt he could get more money from being a cook in a school than getting chump chains from film. Gao sadly passed away from tuberculosis in 2003, and even though he didn't like making movies, he felt the films shed a light on a culture that was not in the public eye. And I'm happy that Gao was the one to show it to us. I'm the Cinema Fanatic. I'll see you next time.